Hey, what's up, everybody? Brotrio here with our full review of Spider-Man Homecoming. Warning, spoilers are following this. Alright, that's better. Alright, so Spider-Man Homecoming is one of the best, if not the best, Spider-Man solo movie to date. One of the better movies of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, in my opinion. Yeah, it was just really so cool. Like, it was done so well. The effects were great. The story was pretty great.
The actors were great.
Actors were great. Characters were great. The writing was pretty good also.
Tom Holland was a great choice. Because he's actually a teenager, so he looks like a teenager.
Yeah.
Well, he's 20.
Yeah, he doesn't look 27 like the other two did in high school. And he pulled off awkward Peter Parker and great Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Neither Toby or Andrew pulled off both characters. And
yeah, they really didn't. Because Garfield was great at Spider-Man, but he was not a good Peter Parker.
Yeah, he was way too confident and snarky, and
yeah, he was more just like a hipster that thought he was better than everybody and came off all cool and aloof.
Tobey Maguire was the exact opposite.
Yeah,
He's fantastic.
Way too good at Peter Parker, and then he was just like
it seemed way too natural.
The cryingest Spider-Man there ever was.
I mean,
I'll give him this though. He got his butt kicked in all of those movies.
True.
Yeah.
But I think what really was right in this movie was that they kept him in high school. He's a sophomore in the movie. They didn't rush him out of high school. Like Amazing Spider-Man series, he didn't graduate until the second one. But the first, like Sam Raimi Spider-Man series, he graduated instantly and went straight into his life being crap.
Like 10 minutes.
Yeah, he went to his crappy apartment and his crappy job and was struggling instantly.
Well, that's what those ones really pulled off, is how garbage Spider-Man's life is.
Yeah.
Everything was bad. But the only part I didn't really like about the movie, the only part that I don't consider a nitpick at least, is that he was Iron Man Jr.
More or less.
Yeah.
I mean, I know by the end of the film, it was kind of a point of the movie he needed to strike out on his own, and I get that, but it was just like, it felt like he didn't do anything on his own until the very end.
To a degree, yes. Like, I know he was trying to prove he was Avengers material the whole time, and he kind of has to tailor what he does to Tony Stark to do so. But yeah, I do agree. He was a lot similar to Iron Man in the movie. Like, but then there was the big moment at the end where he straight up refuses what I am led to believe is the MCU equivalent of the Iron Spider suit at the end that Iron Man is trying to give him to recruit him to the Avengers and have a press conference. And then he's just like, no, I'm good, and refuses Tony Stark, which not many people have ever done that.
That was a test, right?
Yeah, sure. It's a test. You passed. But that's the part I really liked.
I like that too. You know, he got out from under him. I hope later on when he has more resources or money or whatever, he invents more of his own tech. That that was the main issue. Is Droney? Is that what he called it?
Yeah, Droney.
Yeah. He didn't make that.
Spider drone.
Only thing he made was the web shooters. But still, he's the smartest Peter Parker's been portrayed in any of the movies.
Yes, how he hacked the security door to get out of it with his calculator.
His calculator and his notepad.
Tobey Maguire was portrayed as a smart student, but not a smart fighter, I guess. He
wasn't smart in the field.
Yeah, he didn't make his web shooters, all that kind of stuff.
No.
Because he didn't need to.
Yeah, he didn't have to.
Andrew Garfield, they said he was smart, and he did make his own web shooters, but especially in Amazing Spider-Man 2, Gwen did everything smart.
Yeah.
He mostly made his own web shooters. He pretty much stole an Oscorp design.
Yeah, basically.
I mean, why would super genius Peter Parker have to look up a YouTube video on how magnets work?
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah, that was...
But this Peter Parker definitely was very clever. He knew to have Karen, his AI buddy, it's kind of like Jarvis in his suit, highlight all the strongest points on the ferry so he could web them up, and he knew how to do it, and he did 98% complete, and that wasn't enough. But and then Iron Man had to swoop in and save the day. But
Yeah.
But that's the whole thing with Spider-Man is he's not perfect, and he does make mistakes, but he knows with great power comes great responsibility, and he's out there trying to be as responsible as he can. And I thought this movie really captured that well.
And speaking of great power and great responsibility,
Yeah.
I'm hoping we at least get like 5 minutes of Uncle Ben time in the next movie.
Yeah, it was a little odd. We barely got a mention of Uncle Ben even existing,
Yeah.
with Peter saying, not with all May's been through.
They were just trying so hard to not retell the origin at all, and I get it.
Oh yeah.
We don't need another one. We just had an origin reboot in 2011.
Whenever it came out, yeah.
You could at least do like in the new or
Man of Steel?
Man of Steel. I keep wanting to say the Batman movie, but
No.
how they had like the little intro that was his backstory, and then just were like, yeah, they're dead and whatever.
Yeah. Yeah, I wanted like a flashback of what happened to Uncle Ben, maybe like a dream sequence, or like Peter's dreaming and remembers it and wakes up in like a cold sweat or something. But I wanted some mention of Uncle Ben, and we didn't get that this time around. I'm hoping and guessing the second Spider-Man movie is gonna heavily center around Uncle Ben and his words of wisdom to Peter, hopefully.
Yeah, because his main motivation is his last conversation with Uncle Ben of why he becomes like the hero that he is. So it seemed weird to just like leave that out.
Yeah. And as far as villains go, this is one of the better villains, in my opinion. Is Michael Keaton as the Vulture is just great. I mean, Michael Keaton's a fantastic actor.
Yeah, he's the best part of every movie he's in, so.
And I guess the
Herbie fully loaded.
directors and like Kevin Feige just saw him in Birdman and were just like, you know what? That guy would be an awesome Vulture. But he really pulls it off well. His costume is really well done. It's a great mix of like futuristic and techie, but he keeps like his flight jacket with like the weird feathery collar to still look like the Vulture, and the green spandex with
looks
his
like a World War I fighter
puff
pilot.
collar. Yeah, he looks amazing, and he is really just kind of like a thug that got a lot of tech and is just trying to make a living. Like, he's not really evil.
That's at least 70% of Spider-Man's villains.
Exactly.
Are just thugs with powers.
It was refreshing to see that it wasn't just like, I hate you, or I'm gonna do this because I'm evil. He was just trying to make money, and then Spider-Man was interfering with that, so he had to stop Spider-Man.
Yeah, and I kind of liked them simplifying his origin, because he's basically like an evil Tony Stark that kidnaps children to become young again in the comics. So
yeah, I
like
yeah, the whole stealing people's youth or life essence or whatever.
Maybe that was just the cartoon.
That might have just been the cartoon. I don't know. See, I like that. I really liked Michael Keaton, but I like in the comics and all that how he looks like a Vulture because he's old and decrepit and like super skinny and has this super long beak nose,
neck skin, and
that scene in the car when Michael Keaton pieced together. I keep calling him Michael Keaton when Toombs pieced together.
That's my favorite
What's
scene.
his face with Spider-Man.
Whenever
Great.
Peter shows up to Liz's house and knocks on the door, and Adrian Toombs answers the door, and it's just Peter and Toombs staring down at each other, and Toombs doesn't know it's Peter yet, and then from that moment until they get to the actual dance,
super
is
intense.
Yeah,
so intense
for like
and
a full
just,
15 minutes of just like, or it seemed like it.
Yeah, and the fact that Liz has no idea makes it that much better.
Yeah, she's just rattling on whatever she's talking about and giving hints to who Spider-Man is accidentally. And
But the thing I liked most about Vulture was that it seems that him and Spider-Man kind of influenced each other for the better, because Vulture in the end credits, the inmate from the ferry heist, which is more than likely going to be Scorpion given his neck tattoo, comes up to Toombs and asks him if he knows who he is, because he's got some people that could kill him, and Toombs says if I knew who he was, he'd be dead. So it seems like Toombs kind of like respects Spider-Man, because I mean he saved his daughter and he saved him, so it seems like he kind of had his goodness rub off on him, I guess. And then Spider-Man rejects Tony Stark because he wants to, keep looking out for the little guy, which that was like Adrian Toombs' whole thing, was that Stark and them don't look out for them.
Yeah,
so I really liked that aspect of it.
Because he bought that truck and they were all excited about the cleanup, and then the government stole it.
Yeah. But the action was really well done. The whole end plane heist fight scene was very, very well done.
Yes.
Of Peter in his old crappy costume, just trying to do what's right and stop the Vulture. It worked out very well, and he impressed Tony by doing so. Kind of saved Happy Hogan's job in the process, and
well, probably saved Tony a lot of trouble too, because they would have had
Hulkbuster,
and
Thor's magic belt, Captain America shield prototype from what I'm assuming was back when they played nice together.
Yeah.
Why would he be making him one now? But
box full of reactors.
Yeah.
I liked that he was just like, if I'm gonna get one thing, I'm getting this.
But Vulture was very well done. Shocker was also relatively well done, I thought. He kind of changes to the Vulture vaporizes the first Shocker and takes his gauntlet and then passes it to the other guy. He's like, "You're the Shocker now."
Oh yeah, wasn't that the gravity gun?
He just punched people. He didn't shoot his shockwaves and rattle the earth or anything like that.
Yeah.
So I didn't like him. He just had like Iron Man's fist.
He still punched that bus.
He punched the bus. That was pretty cool. I'm
not
not
that
saying
was cool.
The fight scenes weren't cool, but did he only have one glove?
Yeah, he only had one.
Yeah, I think so.
Should have had two. Rattle the earth.
And just like
when he gets two, that's maybe when he can make shockwaves.
Yeah.
That'll be great.
Also, one thing they did that's relatively new for the MCU is they didn't kill the villain, so he can come back. Because they typically all the villains die in the cinematic universe.
Well, nobody except Spider-Man would have any qualms about killing.
Yeah.
I mean, Captain America typically doesn't, but...
Well, he's a soldier. He'll kill if need be.
But overall, it was a really, really good movie. Really fun movie. Pretty... Not non-stop action necessarily. Everything moved at a pretty non-stop pace. Like, the second things started to settle down, something else would blow up.
And even when stuff wasn't blowing up, it was funny. Like Peter's best friend Ned kept the slow school parts going, and he was hilarious, and I really liked how Ned was.
Peter's AI was funny. He was just like, yes sir.
Yeah. I liked how he had some pretty valid questions, even though they seemed stupid by the fans' point of view. Like, can you control an army of spiders?
Yeah.
And
but overall, Spider-Man Homecoming was literally amazing. There's not too much I would change about it. Actually, I wouldn't change anything, really. Like, all the stuff that's negative worked for what it was that we've said. Like, him being Iron Man Jr. the whole point was to kind of, prove himself as his own person.
Yeah, the only negatives are nitpicks.
Which he did towards the end. So the next one will be a full-on Spider-Man movie, not Spider-Man in kind of a Iron Man sense.
Yeah, like Iron Man 3.5. But
but I actually did like how they controlled Tony Stark being in the movie. There wasn't too much Tony Stark, and there wasn't too little Tony Stark in the movie. I thought it was just the right amount.
Yeah.
Because he really only came in to help once, and then, scolded Peter.
There was more Happy Hogan than there was Tony Stark.
Yeah.
But that's not a bad thing.
Very good movie. I would highly recommend seeing it if you don't like Spider-Man. What's wrong with you? But still, you at least get you caught up on the MCU if you're into the other ones.
Yeah. Overall, I would give Spider-Man Homecoming an 8.5 out of 10.
That sounds about right.
Yeah. It was really good. Go see it.